Hey there, guys. Bedhead. 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 How you doing, guys? How is everybody? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hi. Hello. Hello. Hey, you guys are talking. Milo. They're making fun of you, Milo. Are you guys there? Are you there? Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Howdy, howdy. Hey, Toddy. Hey, chat. Can you see me? You guys were making fun of my son. Milo, they were saying that you were going to take Danny's bone. Not yet. He's working on his own. I gave him a freeze bone. Milo's got a freeze bone, a freeze bowl, and Danny's got a freeze bone. Hopefully that'll last him. How we doing, guys? How we doing? Thanks for joining me on the chat. On the live stream earlier from NPG. Did you guys see somebody sent me? Did you see what I put up as a short? Because somebody sent me that. Somebody sent me that AI thing. See what I'm saying? I don't know. Isn't that weird? Karina Wise is saying, hit that button, hit that button. I saw the shirt. What shirt did you see, Toddy? I saw the shirt. Okay. Yes, that was strange, right? Isn't that weird? Oh, the short. You saw the short. Okay. Okay, so somebody sent me a thing that was with Nick saying Toddy one skip, but it was AI. Toddy one skip, it was AI. Toddy one skip, it was AI. Right? So yeah, somebody sent me. Thank you for the $1.99, Nurse Cheryl. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Thank you for that. Thank you so much. So yeah. So you see what I'm saying? See, somebody sent me that, and it was Nick, supposedly. And of course it wasn't. It was Nick, but it was AI, and it said, Toddy one skip, this is AI. Toddy one skip, this is AI. So that's what's up there, huh? See what I'm saying? Things are weird, folks. Things are weird. Thank you, Carissa. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I do. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. How do I do this? Trying to like put little hearts and stuff. So you guys, thank you so much, though, Carissa. Let me see. Whoops. Let me see. Where's my little thing, my heart, that I could do that? I don't know. I don't know where my heart thing is that I could do that. Thank you for that. So, guys, looks like it's gonna rain today. All right. It is. It's crap. I shouldn't be drinking this. Thank you so much, LI New York. But I don't have any of my coffee here because I didn't buy any of my coffee. And I don't know. It just looked good when I went and got bagels this morning. I got my bagels, my flagel, that big ass flagel thing. I got a few of those. Thank you. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for. Good for you. You love iced coffee. I heard you like green tea too. So thank you. Thank you. Okay, guys. So you ready to start up? There's 81 of you here. I had the heater on right next to me, and now I'm a little warm, if I could be honest with you. I thought this doggy was saying, Milo, they're talking about you again. He don't give a shit. He's eating his bone. Trust me. Milo is very food motivated. No, there's no locks on the bagel. I got you. I got you. I got bagel. So they're flagels. They're flat bagels, and they're everything with Asiago cheese. So, and then I got some Asiago bagels. But here's the thing. Ooh, blackberry and pistachio. I want that. Jamie, where'd you get that? Wait a minute. Why are you talking to Holly? I want that coffee. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I got bacon and scallion. So onion is it? I think bacon and scallion. Pretty sure that's the cream cheese that I got. So it works on my hands. Carissa says I'm at work, so my hands are too busy to chat. Okay, so are we ready to rock on? That's okay. We're going to talk to you. Thank you so much. New York bagels and pizza are the best. Let me tell you something. Have you guys tried what is it? The Connecticut pizza? A pizza? That pizza's pretty damn good. That pizza is really good. Have you tried Cape Cod pizza? Because that pizza kicks ass. I just gotta tell you. I just gotta tell you. So try that. Try that. Try that. All right, guys. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. It is absolutely phenomenal. You could get that in the grocery store. If you live in New York, actually, it's called Cape Cod pizza. You can get it in the grocery store. It's really good. Lemon ginger. Oh, you guys are just mean. Look at this. Cape Cod pizza is great, especially the works. See? Told you. Yes, you have to check it out. It's really good. I've got caramel cake slab here. Oh, God. Wish I was there. All right, guys. Okay. You ready? You ready? Are you ready? One more makes 100. Should we wait for it? All right. Let's see what we got. I know I'm gonna get fat just sitting here. The dough is the best part. Now we got 102. Let's go. Oops. Whoops. Okay, guys. We're on chapter 8 of this wonderful book. Hi, SD Anna from wee Scotland. From Scotland. I love Scotland, my favorite country in the whole country. It's my favorite country in the whole wide world. I live in Massachusetts. I'm familiar with it. Of course you are. I don't like gingerbread at all. Ugh. All right, Shorty Pie, how you doing? I saw you caught up with us last minute. Gyps ahoy! All right. Are you drinking a Starbucks coffee drink? I am. I don't tend to, but I am because that's what was in the bagel shop. I gotta wipe my face because I got this shit on. Ah. Ah. I got the shit on my faces. What are you doing, young man? Hang on, guys. I gotta feed my beta, my little fish. Here you go, Cletus. Oh, I dropped it on the thing. Sorry, Cletus. There you go. Cletus. Cletus. Okay. Okie dokie. Let's see what we got. All right. I know you didn't eat yours, Danny, did you? All right, let's go because the dogs are getting restless. All right, he's going after hers. He's trying to find hers now. Yep, he's going in the bedroom after hers. Okay, you ready? All right. This is chapter 8. Amanda Pink, I love your little hands. Jazz hands. Okay, guys. I hope I didn't shock anybody. That was a little louder than I anticipated. Jazz hands. Okay, guys. Chapter 8 in this wonderful fiction novel, which happens to be #1 on Amazon. I'm so jealous. Me too, Danny. Okay. So you guys ready? It's chapter 8. Gris. Gris dash Gris. Gris. So I assume again that it's French and or Cajun French. And it says a curse. A curse. You ready, Freddies? Milo, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to the chat. You guys chill. He's got peanut butter stuck right there. He's so cute. Danny's got a crush on him. Milo, where's the pants? Hero gave them to her before she left us. It's so cliche, but by the time I was real age 19, I couldn't turn off the need for any man in my life. I'd started a secret MySpace page and then a secret Facebook account. Anytime you want to finish drinking that water or go into the bedroom and drink the other one, buddy, this is a little rude. He's no manners. You'd wonder who'd raised him. So, Gypsy was talking about sex. Mama and I had seen an advertisement on TV for VisionCon, a pop culture convention held every year in Missouri. We went 3 years in a row, beginning in 2009. I waited for every spring to come just to dress up and do something fun with Mama. She was a horrible mama. She was absolutely horrible. She ABUSC'd me. I bet your mom just couldn't wait to go to Vision Quest. I'm sure it was all about her, right? All right. So people are migrating into Europe and France and then came to America. Hi, Opa. Opa from Germany. It's so okay. I'm going to start again. It's so cliche. I'm not going to start again, guys. Not okay. Gris is a voodoo amulet. I believe that. Fruit fly just told us. Okay. So I began adding people from the convention to my online friends list. I received a Facebook message from Dan. Around March 2011. So that was 2 years after she started going. In his friend request, he reminded me that he was the drunk guy who bumped into my wheelchair at VisionCon the month before. Dan was much older than me, in his 30s, and thought I was 15. I already exhibited daddy issues as I grew to have a mad crush on him. Mama obviously didn't know I was spending months talking to Dan, exploring who I could be if allowed to be my own person. What color would my hair be if it was allowed to grow in? Bullshit. What kind of restaurants would I like to eat at if I were allowed to eat? Yeah, because your mom stopped you from that. What kinds of concerts would I go to if I were allowed to listen to popular music? But I was allowed to go to VisionCon. What kind of kisser would I be if I were allowed to see Dan? What kind of kisser would I be? Dan was the first person I ever told that I could walk. I unburdened myself to him, telling him how my mom told stories to people, scolded me if she saw me accidentally move my legs, and how I was becoming increasingly worried about going to specialists. I was always high when talking to Dan, dreaming about moving away with him, being quirky and silly, always telling him jokes. Can you just see quirky and silly? Just silly and not in a good way. Oh, God. One day while Mama and I were being put up at an American Cancer Society Hope Lodge in Kansas City, while visiting doctors at Mercy Hospital, Dan and I communicated through phone calls on a government burner phone, one of the 3 that Mama had. I hadn't done any rebelling yet, so Mama didn't have any reason not to trust me with one of the phones. Plus, she didn't think I had anyone to call or text anyway. So she gave me the phone like you'd give an old cell phone to a child to play with as a toy. Oh God, she's such a liar. All of a sudden, the mischief came out in her. Just all of a sudden, just she'd never experienced, or Dee Dee just never caught on to it because I'm sure Gypsy showed that type of behavior because she was a brat. She was horrible. She was a horrible kid. We know that. She bullied kids. She threatened to push eyes in the back of kids' head. I want to push your eyes in the back of your head. She pulled people's hairs because she didn't like it. She was horrible. And I'm sure she was beating on her mom too. Pardon me, YouTube, but she was Beating, her mom. She got the bruises to prove it. Let's go. I'm going to keep reminding us who Gypsy Rose is, not who she wants us to think she is, because we know who she is. So let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Excuse me. I didn't mean to. I'm probably going to have to blow at some point again. As far as my nose goes, don't go to. I'm a gay woman. All right. Mama was in the kitchen, and I was in the ensuite bathroom, pacing around the tiled floor while talking to Dan. Like any typical teenage girl swooning over a boyfriend. I had called to tell him that I found my okay, so this is wrong. I had called to tell him that I found my Medicaid card in my mom's wallet, and that despite her cover up that it was a typo, I suspected I was older than my mom told me I was. Wow. Because it was convenient at that time. The birth date on the card was 4 years earlier than I had known my birthday to be. July 27th, 1991. I was horrified. Oh, midlife crisis there. But also, sorry, guys, but also relieved to think that I could actually be 19 years old, not 15. You know what that means, Gypshit? You could have taken off at that point. You were a year late in taking off at that point. You could have called the police and said, you know what my mom did? Yeah, you could have done all that shit, but that's not what you did. Wait for it. Wait for it. We're going to find out what you did. Don't tell anybody. Don't give away. That's a spoiler at the end, what she does to her mom and how she leaves. Okay. Guys, this is why you watch, right? Because I'm really sarcastic when I want to be. You don't know if I'm joking or not, do you? Imagine living with me. Don't say nothing, guys. Danny's got the freeze bowl now. There's nothing in it. Okay, let's keep going on. Excuse me. Okay. Okay. I was horrified, but also relieved to think that I could actually be 19 years old, not 15. I knew that me being of legal age could change a lot of things for me and Dan. So I put aside the thought that I was being held captive by an evil stepmother, and I focused on my fairy tale godmother, granting my wish to be with my prince. Dan told me, if this is true, you don't have to stay with her. You can start a new life. Better yet, you could just fucking leave. Better yet, you could just leave. But that would require you to get off your ass and get a job. And your life would have been boring. You would have just been that girl that everybody thought was a crook, right? And a brat. Just as his words stirred my heart, Mama opened the door to the bathroom. Immediately, I hit the floor. I'm sorry, Mama. I'm sorry, Mama. Oh, bullshit. I call bullshit. I said, covering my head with my hands. She grabbed the phone and heard a man's voice and hung up. Even behind closed doors, I was not ever to get out of my wheelchair, stand, or walk. I was in double jeopardy now. First for walking, and second for talking to a man. You know, if this was true, She wouldn't have any muscle in her fucking legs, but she had muscle in her fucking legs. You know why? Because she walked around all the time in the house. Do you know why? Because the wheelchair couldn't even get through with all the hoarding. She had to walk around. There was no room for a wheelchair to be. And if she spent all that time in the wheelchair, her legs would not have muscle in them. Try laying in bed. Try it just for a day. Your legs will be all wobbly, just without moving for a day. Your legs will be all wobbly. Try for 3 days. Come on, guys. Seriously, you know she's full of shit. Okay. She just stood there without saying a word, letting me beg for mercy. Get in your chair. And now get to the van. She ordered and then grabbed the phone off the floor. Could you see Dee Dee doing that? I mean, no offense, but Dee Dee was obese. She probably couldn't bend over to get the phone. I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm just being real. The woman was huge. And that worked in that kind of works in her defense because she's not here to speak for herself, right? So we have to go by facts. And she was a pretty heavy set woman, an obese woman, and she wasn't bending over and doing shit. Come on. And she was obese for a long time. I'm not as big as her. I've gained weight in the past year or so, and it kills me to bend over. And I'm not half or even a quarter. I might be a quarter of her size, but I ain't even half of her size. Okay. Her calmness unsettled me. In the van, my stomach curled as I watched her eyes shift around the Kansas City streets. Mama, what's happening? Where are we going? She looked right through me. Okay, well, I don't use God's name in vain, just so you know. Seriously, guys, this is Toddy talking now. So I'm not going to use it even when I repeat something. So she just says, this is what supposedly her mom said to her. It just does not even fit the character that Gypsy is trying to portray her mom to be. So she looked right through me. You GD whore, she said. We rounded a corner and she pulled the minivan into an alleyway and threw the car into park. She turned to me, looked at my legs, and began punching them. She took you in a vehicle to punch you? So here's a heavy set woman, totally obese woman that has to maneuver herself around one of those cubes. Didn't they have like the Nissan Cube as the vehicle to hit her daughter? So she's got to turn around and hit her daughter. That makes no sense, but let's roll with it because that's what Gypsy and two other people have written here. So let's do it. We rounded a corner and she pulled the minivan into an alleyway and threw the car into park. She turned to me, looked at my legs, and began punching them. She attacked every healthy, active muscle in my quads and thighs, like she was a boxer and I was a piece of metal and I was a piece of meat hanging in a freezer locker. That's like Rocky. That's like the movie. You guys are stealing from the movie Rocky. Did you have the music in the background? So picture Dee Dee punching Gypsy's legs. I didn't know you could bleed without cutting the skin. Redness began to rise to the surface and create little blood clots, which later formed blood blisters. I guarantee you that's what she did to her mom. Alleged. I'm guessing, but I believe it. If I had to bet money, it wasn't Dee Dee that did this. This makes no sense, but it is the killer. I'm sorry. The unaliver that did it. I believe that. She had never closed fist punched me before. I sobbed so hard I couldn't catch my breath. I'm sorry, Mama, please stop. Not that she couldn't get up and run away. And her mom, I mean, just took her in a car just to do this. This makes no sense. She looked checked out, and I knew she couldn't hear me above her own disgusted yelling. What did you tell him? Where did you meet him? Who is he? I leave for a moment and this is what you do? She was getting winded, but each question was followed by a blow to my legs. How much did you tell him? I didn't tell him anything, Mama. Liar, and see you next Tuesday, because that's exactly what Dee Dee called her daughter. Then she grabbed my face with one hand and squeezed my cheeks together, forcing my lips to pucker. The tips of her fingernails dug into my skin. She looked me square in the eyes. I hate you, she said. Yeah, because that makes a lot of sense. She fucking adored Gypsy. We know. Look at how much she tolerated with Gypsy. Come on. She fucking adored her. This is all such shit. This is terrible. This is terrible. Just write this stuff about your mom when come on. My fear of being under her thumb. Well, you weren't under her thumb. You were supposedly between her thumb and her forefinger and middle finger and ring finger. Pinky, maybe. Sorry, guys. I'm going to have to blow real soon. My fear of being, and I don't mean as a Scientologist either. My fear of being under her thumb forever went from a feeling to an urgent fact. She thought she had an ultimate control of me locked in, but I had veered outside her radius, causing her to lose sight of me. She declared a dogfight where her new combat maneuver was to gain positional control over me. Punch after punch, the shiny bruises on my legs were marks of the true colors of her soul, black and blue. Gypsy, you're a horrible person for saying this shit about your mom. Horrible person. Horrible. Guys, there guys, it doesn't cost anything. Hit that thumbs up button for me. 95 thumbs and 184 times 2 other thumbs. So can you just use one thumb and hit it for me, guys? Hi, Miley. Hi, Miley. Oh, Danny's playing with toys. Danny's playing with toys. And her tail's a wagging. And Danny got a big tail. She got one of them big tails. Milo does not have a tail. Okay. Give me all your loving, all your hugs and kisses too. Okay, that's my boy. Go lay down because mommy got to continue reading. Milo's a boxer, so he does that. He's so cute and he's so gray. Okay, let's go. I got to keep reading, buddy. Oh, look at Danny. Ooh, look at Danny. Milo, go get her. Go get your sister. Go get her. Okay. Okay, so she called her, yeah. Then she grabbed my face. My fear of being under. Okay, black and blue. Mama read my text message and then hastily dialed Dan's number. She didn't introduce herself when he answered. You know she's only 15, she barked. If you contact her again, I'll call the cops. Didn't we kind of hear that this story happened face to face and personally? That's what I thought, right? That this happened personally and face to face. That's what I thought. Dan and I turned down the heat after that, but only for a couple weeks. When I sensed her cloud of anger evaporating, I began talking on the phone to Dan again. That's how afraid I was. This time to unload all the suspicions I had about Mama. Watch, it'll say Mama. About my medical history. Sorry, I was wrong. I was wrong. It was a relief to confide in someone. He showed me attention and let me speak. I thought it was possible for him to take me out of my captive existence. Oh, when were you did mom go ahead and use the dog collar yet, Jip? Jip's ahoy! He told me he had a farm in Arkansas that we could run away there and he'd hide me. I told him I didn't think I had cancer and that I could walk. And I was so confused. Who am I? Who is she? And why is she doing this? Oh, so at 19 years old, can you who? What? Where? And royal mashed potatoes. Come on, guys. Can you imagine this? This is horrible. Horrible. Oh, horrible, horrible. You are technically an adult, Dan said. You could start a new life. Oh, well, that would require me to work unless I could live with you and you could take care of me forever. I just put that part in there, guys. But it's good, right? I told you I was a writer. I look back on my first attempt to run away with Dan as the biological and natural urge brought on by growing up, individualizing. Puberty was a taboo subject, but just the same, along with the metamorphosis of my body, my developing prefrontal cortex was taking me for a joyride. And not a joyride, just taking you off the rails. And now we're going for a train ride without you being on the tracks. As hard as Mama tried to conceal the changes, she was powerless over the deluge of hormones, and the critical thinking that became a voice in my head. Just because I couldn't see a woman in the mirror doesn't mean my brain wasn't fighting hard as hell to become one. I didn't understand this at the time, but I believe it was the intense power of nature that guided my compulsion to separate from her. We all have to grow up. Turns out mothers can't fight Mother Nature. Mm. Ay, 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 ay. This book is so poorly written. I'm sorry. I don't like. I usually don't do that, but it's not. It's not a good book, and it's so filled with shit. So, all right. So, Gypsy was a moron. Uh, here's the thing, man. She got done talking about, the daddy issues and all that shit. She looks and she knows how old she is. Come on. And she looks and she's got a wig on and she's got the stupidness and it turns this guy on and she runs with that. That's what she does. I mean, that's who does. That's what sorry about that. That's what she does because that's who she is. See, I was putting does and is together and it came out stupid sounding. Not a word that we're gonna take with us. At around 2 o'clock in the morning of Good Friday, April 22nd, Dan texted Mama's phone, which I had hidden in my dresser drawer on my side of the bed. I'm in the hospital, the text said. I got beat up real bad. I'd like you to be with me. Can you please bring your Cinderella wig? So I grabbed the phone and my government So I grabbed the phone and my government phone, which had run out of minutes, and stuffed them inside of the back. Oh, wait, we might hear a fifth story here. So this is the story. Sorry, I gotta blow my nose. This is the story that actually was a story that I heard that changed the story several times for me. Remember the runaway story? And so I'm wondering if what it's gonna say this time. Okay, what it's gonna say this time. So let's see. Okay, and stuffed them inside of a backpack. Oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry. So I grabbed the phone and my government phone, which had run out of minutes. Why'd you take it? And stuffed them inside of a backpack full of girl woman confusion. Sorry, full of girl woman confusion. Oh my God, I had to go to him. I packed up a Lilo and Stitch movie, my baby bottle, and change of nipples, a pair of stolen jeans, and stolen lingerie, as I stole Mama's cash and Oxy stash. I was scared as hell. Where'd you get the lingerie? I threw on a pair of oversized jeans since I didn't know my size. I had stolen them a few weeks before in preparation for running away. Oh, so she was still stealing things. Go to these stores and give them money back now. I had stolen them a few weeks before in the preparation for running away. The jeans felt scratchy at first. It was the first time I wore anything fashionable. I put on a stolen black tank top over a red bra that was 2 sizes too big. What the bra, the tank top, and a beach wave blonde wig. I scribbled a note in the darkness of the kitchen, left it on the seat of my wheelchair, and slipped out the back door. Oh god, I really was fucking joking, but there is a different side to the story. So I heard that at first she dropped her cell phone and her mom found it. Then I heard her mom found something on the computer. Then I heard her mom, the phone rang and woke her up. and she found out that her daughter was at Ken's. So this is a new one, guys. This is a new one, guys. Who's leaving? Tila, you leaving? You don't like the way I reading? You don't like the way I'm reading? Trixie's channel is at Trixie Lane, Layne. All right, so let's go. So this is what the letter says to Gyps Ahoy. From Gyps Ahoy to her mom on her first runaway. Dear mother, I know I can walk. Because you've seen me walk a million times. That's why you put the shit up on the windows so that I could walk. And that's why I have muscle in my leg. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to walk. Let's just go with what she wrote. All right. I know I can walk. I don't think I have cancer. I don't feel sick. I know that I'm really 19. I want to live my own life as an independent woman. I love you. It's just time for me to spread my wings and fly. I am going up to St. Louis. I love you. Your grown up daughter. Who's that? Who's the grown up daughter? Guys, have you heard about this letter? Like, this is the first time I'm hearing about a letter. Has anybody else ever heard about a letter? I'm not a dangerous person. So, guys, I'm talking to you. I know you guys here's what it's like. It's like I am a teacher lecturing you about a lesson, and behind my back, you guys are playing games. That's what it feels like up here. That's what now, guys, I'm seriously only joking, but I really wanted to go into like a fancy character and start screaming at you. Just going off on you. But I can't do it, not even as a joke. Corinne, I like your doohickey. Professor Toddy. I'm glad you enjoy listening. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. I didn't see Nina's video. I didn't see Nina. You know, I love Nina. Nina. That's my it's Katie Joy style and fancy style, and now they go together like chimmy, pop, 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 pop. They go together like a shimmy, pop, pop. Oh, I know. Parawoman. How is Parawoman? Parawoman Radio, guys. Parawoman Radio, guys. Okay, guys, let me tell you, because it seems like I got some content creators here trying to steal some of my subscribers. But you know, what the hell, we can share. So Trixie Lane, Trixie, can you go ahead and please put your email into the chat? Not your email, I'm sorry. Your link to your channel into the chat, please. Parawoman Radio, could you please put your link to your station into the chat, please? Your channel into the chat, please. Anybody that has a legitimate channel. Okay, Mini Minion. You came up with the Gypsy Rose song, Joey Wilson. Okay, you can send it to me. Toddy1skip@gmail.com. So, guys, if you could seriously put your please put your, I'm not being funny. Please put your links for your channels into the chat, because I'm looking to see. You guys aren't doing them. Why were you guys talking to Parawoman? Were you guys just talking to Parawoman Radio like she was here? What? Are you trying to manifest her being here? Okay, so Li, go ahead and put your link into the chat. It's fine. Oh, you guys were talking about Trixie. Put your link into the chat, please. No, I want you to. You think I'm being facetious, and I'm not. I want you to put your link into the chat. Oh, she was never there. Well, hopefully you guys were saying nice things about her. I actually went on her channel before. We're just imagining imagining folks here. All right, so listen, guys. So here, wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa. So here's a new station. I'm not going to vouch for the station because I don't know this channel, but here's somebody who's starting a channel. Let's just check them out. You guys can just check them out. If you don't like them, you don't have to. But I mean, it's hard to start a channel. You want to give just a little bit of exposure, and then the channel will do for itself. Just watch more than one video, though, guys. Let's be fair, because the first video, people might be a little nervous and stuff. I'm looking for Trixie. Trixie Lane, where the hell is your channel here? Guys, Trixie has a channel. I follow Trixie Lane. So hey Gwen, thank you for that. I follow Trixie Lane, so I highly recommend her channel. I'm not familiar with Li's channel. Oh, you did? You dropped it in the I didn't see it. Okay. I was gonna pin it for you. If you I don't know where it is, Trixie, because I would pin it for you. I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. No, all I can get is I'm sorry about that, Toddy. There's no reason to be sorry about that. And I mean that sincerely. I'm still trying to find your channel. I don't have any mods. I don't have any mods. Guys, Trixie Lane is. Oh, hang on a second. Okay, because there's another Trixie Lane, and that's like X-rated. So I'm not being funny. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, guys, hit the thumbs up for me and let's continue onward. Let's continue onward. Let's continue onward. There we got, wait a minute. Okay, hang on. Into the Weeds podcast. Go ahead and can you put your link up in the chat, please, for your channel? Guys, I've been on this channel a couple times. I think you know. I think you guys know I've been on this channel a couple times, Into the Weeds podcast. They have some great music on their channel, not only just good interviews and good talk. So if you guys want to check them out, those that don't know, just go ahead and in the chat and put your the link to your channel or the name of your channel. It's Into the Weeds podcast, guys. Okay, are we ready? Let's go, guys. Let's go. So here Gypsy sang as she like got out of the wheelchair for the first time and realized I could really walk. Um, Walking up the street, I felt out of breath because I wasn't used to carrying the weight of my own body. How much did she weigh, considering she didn't eat and had a feeding tube? In the middle of the night, I walked to the subdivision of houses across the street, knocked on a stranger's door, and asked for a ride to see my boyfriend in the hospital. That's not at all peculiar. I've heard this story, though. I have heard this story. When I arrived at the hospital emergency room, I texted Dan. I had been in the same ER too many times to count. Oh, bullshit with my mom. My adrenaline was pumping, and I just wanted to lie as low as possible for fear I'd be recognized. Why, without a wheelchair and you had a new wig on? Probably not, Chips Ahoy! I stayed with Dan until he was released, and we caught a ride home with his cousin. Well, that was a real quick sentence and paragraph of when I arrived at the hospital emergency room, I texted Dan. I had been in the same ER too many times to count with my mom. My adrenaline was pumping. I just wanted to lie as low as possible for fear I'd be recognized. I stayed with Dan until he was released, and we caught a ride home with his cousin. That was quick, right? Wasn't that quick? Seriously, very quick, that, huh? She walked it home and went out with wigs on, right? Oh, Pixie Sparkle. Wow, thank you so much. That is so nice of you. That's like really generous of you. Thank you so, so much. That's very generous of you. Thank you so, so much. Thank you so much. Um, so hang on. That's so nice of you. Thank you so much. Okay, so Dan was couch surfing at a friend's house, so his cousin took us back there. When we arrived, I was tentative with Dan. Looking at the bongs and the bugs all around the apartment. The bongs and bugs? You mean roaches? I wonder if that's what she means. Those that no. Looking at the bongs and bugs all over the apartment, I was disheartened that I hadn't escaped to the perfect picture I had drawn in my head. What was that? No bugs? No bongs? No cousin? What was that? I just want to know, what was that? What was the perfect picture in her head? Hmm? Mm-mm. Okay. Come lay with me, Dan said, as he showed me to the spare room, where he lay down on the mattress. I joined him, my hand covering my feeding tube, a gaping symbol of how starved I was. I lay with Dan, pecked him on the cheek, fidgeting my body so he wouldn't feel the tube, and willing myself to fit into him like a jigsaw puzzle. Oh, Gypsy. Oh, God. When will we leave? But she told Nick that she was a Virgin. Nick! Nick! Mm. And, now she's saying that her mom starved her. Isn't that something? Thank you, Cherokee girl. Weren't you a member yesterday, too? Because I started singing the song. And then I thought better and said, I probably can't sing that song. This is what I believe, Holly Jolly. I believe a jigsaw puzzle. Oh God, that's horrible. That is just horrible, guys. I want you to see. Can anybody see this pinned comment here? This was a bad joke. It's called a bad joke. Hey, Carla. Carla with the that doohickey thing. Uh the Cajun it's a French thing, I know. French Cajun. I'm not trying to be funny. Yep, so you guys see the joke that Maurice put up there. Okay, so guys, seriously, is that unbelievable? In the meantime, come on, that's so unfair. I really hate wait a minute. What's normal? Dee Dee was losing control of her meal ticket. She was desperate, compounded by ignorance and isolation. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. What's normal? Dee Dee, what I'm missing what you're saying. I'm missing what you're saying. So Dee Dee was losing control of her meal ticket. She was desperate, compounded by ignorance and isolation. So I don't what is that referring to? What's normal? What is that referring to? Because right here, I'm just talking about the feeding tube. Okay, I'm just talking about the feeding tube. Yeah. So here I'm talking about the feeding tube, but I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you. I'm thinking, and something's hitting me as I'm going through that and reading the comment that you put. What's normal? And so this is a new theory, just to throw out there that I just thought of right now. What if we all know that Gypsy was at the end of her rope? She wasn't going to get any more benefits, no more insurance, no nothing. No longer was she going to be. Dee Dee was now sick. We know this. We know that Dee Dee was now sick. So they probably were going to keep their house and they were going to keep whatever SSI and stuff like that. But the grift, the big grift was over. So what if Dee Dee said to Gypsy, why don't we plan a home invasion. But not that Dee Dee was supposed to be at the end of her life or be unalive then, but maybe it was out of hand. Maybe it got out of hand. Maybe Gypsy and Dee Dee were talking about another hustle, another scam that had to do with somebody breaking into their home or something, and maybe Gypsy took it one step further. Just an idea, because a scam's a scammer. What were they gonna do? Seriously, what were they gonna do? I mean, like, they had to be able to keep their SSI. Both of them were getting it, right? Because Dee Dee had cancer. I don't know if they got the free car. What was their payments each month? I think that they could live pretty comfortably. They grifted and stole, but Dee Dee, I think, was getting to the point that she wasn't able to drive. Though Gypsy claims that they still had all these doctor's appointments and shit, but I think the medical record showed something different. Like the last real surgery and everything was 2011, I believe. So, what do you guys think about that? She was under anesthesia 100 times, but she had 30 surgeries. Well, you guys know they would have had to have paid Social Security back only if they were caught. They had to be caught first, right? So if they weren't caught and she just reached a certain age and couldn't hit the benefits of the children's benefits, which would be like the specialty stuff, the Make-A-Wish stuff, the Disney stuff, right? Excuse me, the Ronald McDonald House stuff. Excuse me. So that stuff would have been probably, I don't even know if the Ronald McDonald House would have been depleted, or if she would have been too old for that at that point. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but all right, let's continue on because Milo's looking at me again like, Ma, how long are you going to talk into that microphone? Is it a new toy, a new brother, new sister? What's the name of it, Mama? All right, watch, watch. All right. Mm. When will we leave tomorrow? Okay, so they fit into that jigsaw puzzle. You like that? That's somebody else's, Maurice's fault. That's okay. When will we leave tomorrow? I asked him, trusting he had handled the logistics. Well, you weren't in control of the logistics this time, Gyps ahoy! That's when he told me he couldn't leave the state. He was on parole. Well, now you know what that feels like. I didn't know what parole was and began to cry. Well, you know what it is now. You could have told him whatever it is that you have the secret for, and you could have got him to leave the state too. It seems like you're pretty damn good at that. I was partly let down, partly scared for what this would mean for me. That's what she said. Dan had been in jail. So did you go there too? I risked so much by leaving Mama, and now I was with someone who couldn't take care of me. I couldn't go back to her house, especially not after I lied, stole, and ran away. But how could I go with him? Oh, Gyps ahoy, you're such a moron. I don't think he wanted her, because she was manipulative and shit. I don't think she thought about things like material items. Thank you so much, Corinne. Thank you so, so much. That's very nice of you. I don't think she cared about material items. I think she cared about him, like just him, wanting him, being with him. Milo, I can't right now. Go lay down like a good boy. Go lay down like a good boy. I spoke with Dan in a panic. I was sandwiched between two hopeless situations. I'll find work in St. Louis, Dan said, trying to reassure me. Then Dan's friend knocked on the bedroom door and leaned against the door frame. Hey, what's your name? He asked, with a knowing look on his face. Gypsy, I answered, instantly regretful of telling the truth. Yeah, your mom's here. It happened so fast, but in slow motion. My brain couldn't quite catch up to what was happening. It was 6 or 7 in the morning, and she had tracked me down with the help of some convention friends who knew Dan. I stood up from the bed. She looked at my legs with the same disdain she had in the alleyway. Where's the money? Mama asked, eyeballing Dan. Gypsy talked to me on the porch. Mm, I don't know what Dan or his friends were thinking, but like a puppy dog, I followed her to the porch. I don't believe it. Get in the van, she said with a hint of understanding. We'll talk about this. Well, get in the van. We'll talk about this. No, Mama, I know I'm 19 years old and I could be with him if I want to, even though I really don't want to because he has nothing to offer me. He's on parole and we're kind of stuck here. She didn't react or try to gaslight me. Instead, she bargained as if I had attained some equality and control over my destiny. If you come back with me, I will let you see him, Mama said. Mama said, promise? I think I believed her out of hope that she was seeing me as the person I was growing into, a 15-year-old child, wanting to look like a 15-year-old child for my 35-year-old boyfriend because that's what turns him on. That's the person I wanted my mama to see me be. Uh, so let me repeat. Promise? I think I believed her out of hope that she was seeing me as the person I was growing into, somehow magically becoming aware of my awareness. Of your horniness, right? Did I say that out loud? Yes, go get your stuff and we'll go home. She threatened Dan one more time and told all of our mutual acquaintances that he was a pedophile, PDF file. I never heard from him again. What a load of shit. When we got home, Mama tore through my backpack. Upon seeing the lingerie, she made me take a pregnancy test. You If you're pregnant, she scowled. You're getting an unaliving a baby. Provocative words from a woman who didn't utter the word period to me my entire life. It was as if the smoke screen had lifted for a second and she and I dropped the pretenses. She was talking to a 19-year-old and we both knew it. Hang on. My guys are at the edge of their seat listening to this story. I went into the bathroom and looked in the mirror. Something Mama told me I should never do on Good Friday. You will see Jesus dying on the cross if you look at yourself. Avoid the mirror on Good Friday. I never heard of that. Never ever heard of that. She printed a picture of Dan from his Facebook page and then smashed my laptop and my track phone. She took a mason jar and shoved a picture of me and Dan into it with a cow's tongue. Well, she keeps the cow's tongue just around the house. I wonder if she always had an extra cow's tongue in the house. The tongue was to represent silencing me. Milo, stop, buddy. Stop, handsome boy. She dropped a piece of toilet paper that had some of my menstrual blood. I don't believe this. In the jar and buried it in the backyard, not far from the shed. I don't believe this. I observed her bizarre behavior like an outsider, detached and confused. She chanted over me something like, by God, Gypsy Rose will never find true love. Gypsy Rose will never find happiness. Let's chant together, guys. By God, Gypsy Rose will never find true love. Gypsy Rose will never find happiness. Let's sing it together one more time. By God, Gypsy Rose will never find true love. Gypsy Rose will never find happiness. Okay. Her spell came true because the next thing I knew, she made me go back into the house, handcuffed me to a dog leash, and connected the leash to her. Please, I'm sorry, I'll be good, was my refrain. Oh, let's repeat that 3 times. Please, I'm sorry, I'll be good, mama. Please, I'm sorry, I'll be good, mama. Please, I'm sorry, I'll be good, mama. And that's the song that Gypsy sang over and over again as she was connected to a dog leash. Bullshit. She placed bells on the doors and rings on my toes and reinforced the black garbage bags taped to every window in the house. I was trapped. If she fell, why? Because you couldn't undo the garbage bags? What a bullshit. If she fell asleep, I couldn't move without waking her up. I was at her mercy for everything, to go to the bathroom, for food, for everything. As punishment, she would not feed me every day, just a little bit of broth every other day. Well, according to you, she didn't feed you at all before, so you're eating more than you ever did. Eating more than you ever did. I would frequently get hunger pangs. Aren't they called hunger pangs? Pangs? Not pains. I'm pretty sure that they're hunger pangs. Pangs. She was right beside me and would eat whatever she wanted. You got done telling me that your mom couldn't eat all that shit and that your mom didn't eat all that shit. So what the hell's wrong with you, Gyps? Ahoy! She kept a knife by her bedside table, which she used for protection. If I attempted to run away or do anything to leave, why'd you have to steal one? Why couldn't she just use that one? That would have been pure poetry, Gypsy. I mean, come on, if there was a knife already there, what the fuck? Why'd you have to steal one? Because you're a liar. Milo, hang on. You're going to have to wait a second, okay? Just wait a second. Go lay down, Bubble. Go lay down. Go lay down, Milo. This went on for 2 weeks. Any love we had for each other was replaced by a mistrust that filled the house like a pressure cooker. The superficiality, let's go. Superfragilistic. How's it go? The one from supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. But this doesn't say that. It says superficiality. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious of our relationship had unraveled. Nobody came looking for either of us. Mama had made sure to establish strict boundaries that people knew not to cross. Oh, bullshit. They used to have that movie night thing, guys. They used to have that movie night thing where Dee Dee would give out popcorn to the neighbors and stuff. Everybody loved Dee Dee. They were a little crazy about Gypsy, but they liked Dee Dee a lot. Okay. People knew well enough not to question her reclusive moods. People knew well enough not to pressure her reclusive moods, mere cycles of a psyche that nobody, especially me, understood. Nobody said that about her, Gypsy. Neighbors didn't say that about her. They said you were peculiar. Mama wouldn't talk to me. Even when it came time to administer my medicines, she gave me the silent treatment. We knew the drill, so words were not required. For 2 weeks, she just kept me chained to the bedpost or to her body, and the extreme closeness to her skin made me feel thousands of miles apart from her. When I was little, I loved the feel of her skin on mine. Nothing made me feel safe and loved like sleeping next to, watch, it'll say, my mama. Oh, her. Nothing felt safe or anything except being close to her. She didn't have this bullshit. She's such a liar. Maybe Gypsy did that to her mom, but we never found anything besides fuzzy handcuffs, right? So she's full of shit. She's a liar, liar. Where was the? I mean, Gypsy didn't throw anything away, so where was the dog leash? Where was the collar? Where was that? I just want to know, because she didn't throw anything away. There were only those pink fuzzy handcuffs, and they had Dan's name written all over it. Not really, but I bet you that they were for Dan or for Nick. All right. So she was saying, laying next to her mom, the warmth radiating from her body, blanketing me. Now the warmth was replaced by electricity, fencing me in. How long will I be locked in here? Sooner or later, we need to go to the doctor or run an errand. She did leave me for short periods of time to go to a homeowners association meeting or to pick up something to eat. I'd be so afraid that a fire would suddenly start and the firefighters would find me burnt to a crisp, tied to the bed. I call bullshit. I talked to nobody for 2 weeks, nobody except for God. It had been a while since I'd prayed. I used to have formal prayer time at church every Sunday. When it came to churches, we bounced around a lot, like how a young person explores her identity. Mama tried on churches for size. After we left Golden Meadows and distanced ourselves from the Petries, I think Mama went exploring for a religion that was independent of what she experienced growing up Catholic, yet still familiar. We went on to several different Christian churches when we moved near New Orleans, and then stayed non-dimensional, help me with this word, please. Non-dimensional. Yes. Don denominational. Thank you. Non-denominational. Even going to some really wonky churches in odd locations like strip malls or a random house on a residential street. God is everywhere, Gyps Ahoy. He is everywhere. I prayed to God to shield me from the mason jar spell Mama had cast on me, but I also apologized to him for not being in touch for such a long time. I examined my communion portrait that hung from the living room wall, my 8-year-old hands pressed together in prayer, my small frame cloaked in a miniature wedding dress for God. Did I still know that little girl, so full of hope and faith and belief and blind trust? I thought you were already in a fucking wheelchair at that point. I thought you had already had the sleep apnea. I thought you had already had the lazy eye surgery. I thought you had already had this shit done. Make up your mind, Gyps ahoy! Um, all of which now had vanished. That blind trust in everything that she never had, supposedly, along with the illusion that my mom loved me and wanted me safe. God, please tell Mama to forgive me. I'll be good. Make me clean. So that's supposedly a prayer that Gypsy had. God, please tell Mama to forgive me. I will be good. Make me clean. She knew she was 19 at the time, so that makes a lot of sense. He must have heard me because on the 14th day, she woke me up by unlocking the handcuffs and untethering me from the leash. Thanks, Mom. The knife, however, would remain on the nightstand. Then why did you steal one? Why did you steal one, you liar? You're a liar. Gyps ahoy! Guys, I'm gonna have to feed these guys, these rugrats of mine that are coming over to hang with me. Hi, Danny. Milo's already over here. He's wanting to eat. I don't know. Gosh. I think that we're just doing the one chapter. No, we're not. We're gonna do chapter 9 as well because it's 3 pages. Okay. So hang on one second. Just let me get some of this. Give me a second, guys, and I will make you some lunch. What would you like for lunch? Would you like me to order out for you? Would you like chickadoodle? What, duck? Should I get you a duck? Quack, quack, duck? You're a beautiful princess, Danny. Danny Banani. I think Danny likes coffee, but I'm not going to give her any. All right, guys. How we doing over here? Jess Jen, please don't call people names in the chat. I'm teasing. I know you were calling Gyps Ahoy an idiot. That's quite all right with me. Hey, knitting artesian. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. I got my name because I skip funny. No, I went to mail my friend something, and all of a sudden, Toddy One Skip came to mind. I put it as the return address, and it's stuck. It's stuck. That's what happened. My time to scam. My time to be a stan. To Taylor Swift. Is it gonna rain outside, Danny girl? Danny Banani. Okay, you crazy, Toddy. I might would have cried if you did to me. Hey, be nice, be nice, be nice. Here we go, here we go. Thank you, Maurice. Thank you, thank you. They call her Hottie Toddy. You're fired, Holly Jolly. All right, guys, let's go. Let's go. All right. Actually, that's the name. I couldn't make this shit up. What does that say? Let's say it in French Cajun. Allons, allons, allons. Okay. Maybe Mama really had magic powers because in the months leading up to my second escape attempt in 2012, I knew by the way she increased her surveillance of me that she sensed I was up to something. I couldn't even go to the bathroom without asking permission. Mama, can I go to the bathroom, please? Bullshit. It took months to regain Mama's trust after she unleashed me from the bedpost. If I had been allowed to walk, it would have been on eggshells, as I did everything in my power not to upset her. I took my medicine, wore my oxygen at night. The ruse now an an open flesh wound, but still ongoing. It was our normal, and I needed it back. So at least she'd take the bell off the back of the door. This is written so bad. It was our normal, and I needed it back. So at least she'd take the bell off the back of the door. What kept me going was the hope of an escape, and that hope was crammed in a backpack hidden behind the couch. That and the painkillers. The painkillers have become something that she continually talks about all the time now. She's so full of shit. I don't know if it was my nervous energy, but she was tipped off and went on one of her maniacal searches of the house. Oh, so you must have been used to that shit when you got incarcerated, when they spun your cell. She ransacked my bedroom, not exactly knowing what she was looking for. Maybe she did. Did you ask her, Mama, what are you looking for? I don't know, but when I find it, I'll know. Okay, so she ransacked my bedroom, not exactly knowing what she was looking for, but likely thinking she'd know it when she saw it. What did I say, guys? What did I say? I followed her in my wheelchair crying, What are you doing? What are you looking for? What did I do? Oh, bullshit. I'm telling you, that wheelchair, she couldn't even take it. She couldn't even wheel it around the house because of all the shit that they had in the house. She's so full of shit. Gypsy. After she dumped out all my drawers, she continued to the living room. I slickly maneuvered my wheelchair to block the couch cushion. I was a human compass. Milo, stop. Milo. Hey. Milo, I got one page. So calm down. What do you mean, no? Calm down. Danny is tall enough to get up and see. Oh, so is Milo. Okay, so Milo can see out the window now. Okay. He is tall enough to see. Okay, Danny showed him. Okay, so let's continue on. After she dumped out all my drawers, she continued to the living room. I slickly maneuvered my wheelchair to block the couch cushion. I was a human compass arrow that led the pirate right to its booty. Move out of the way, my mom said, her eyes darting. I knew I couldn't deny the evidence. Can't you just let me leave? Let me go, I pleaded, looking past her to the kitchen table where her favorite talisman, an old-fashioned Chinese dagger, lay. Not this again, Gypsy. I thought we moved past this. She sounded like I was begging her to let me go to the mall or to even date Dan, who wanted nothing to do with me after she told everyone that he was a pervert and a child. I won't bother you and you'll never see me again, I said, saying the reverse of what she wanted to hear. Rushing to the kitchen table, I swiped the dagger and grabbed the 22 caliber BBGUN she'd picked up at Walmart. I thought if I aimed the GUN at her, she'd back off. Out of fear, I pulled the trigger and offloaded 10 BBs at her, creating tiny slits in her flesh. You shot me. She backed her way into the bathroom, double fisted with weaponry. I followed her until I was wedged into the doorway. Give me my bag. I want to go. I came at her with the gun, now empty. Guys, I can't read this like this. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Hey, guys, I'm making a fool out of myself. Please like. God. Oh, shit. Yeah. You guys ask why I do this shit at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning for me. I'm punchy as hell. Uh, Sometimes I'll listen to this and go, oh my God. Okay. Give me my bag. I want to go. I came at her with the gun, now empty, and just held the dagger up while she sat on the toilet. Thanks for that visual. We were at a standoff. No, you weren't, because she was sitting on the toilet. Clearly, you were the only one standing. Why can't I be like other kids? The surge of heat released from the top of my head. I could feel my arms quivering and my voice trembling. I didn't know frustration could feel this way. Like you want to twist your own head off and throw it at someone. Why did you shave my head? Why can't I be like Aaliyah? Why is my life this way? All the questions I was mad about Dan, and about the dog's leash, and about the cow's tongue, the loneliness, the shame, the period pull up diapers, the pills that made me drowsy, the surgeries. I wanted a dad. I wanted a friend. I wanted to laugh. I wanted to listen to the Backstreet Boys. Oh, shit. Is that what it's about? The Backstreet Boys? I love you, she said, pressing her fingers against her bleeding flesh wounds. You are my heart, and I can't live without my heart. Supposedly, so this is what Dee Dee was saying while she was bleeding to DEATH from 10 BBs from her daughter unloading them. And didn't Dee Dee say, didn't Gypsy say, I know that this is somewhere that could be found. Gypsy said that she didn't even realize that it was a BBGUN. Remember? And then I asked the question that had been the source of so much frustration. Why can't you let me go? Why didn't you ask something like, how are you still alive after 10 shots? And then you realize, oh, it's a BB gun. That makes sense. Okay. So why can't you let me go? Gypsy asks. Because I need you, Dee Dee replies. I put the dagger down, but held on to the empty GUN. Please stay, she begged. I released all the pent-up anger. I felt a relief, then remorse. I saw her flesh wounds, and I felt sorry and apologetic that it had escalated to this. I had forgotten that she said she hated me in the alley. All that echoed in my mind now was, I love you. We sat on the bed together while she tended to her leg with peroxide and band-aids. I couldn't stop crying. The day went by with quiet sobs. There was hardly anything. She didn't hit me or tie me up again. I think she was afraid of me. I think she hadn't realized baby could be violent. Honey and baby were equals now. I was scared shitless of her, and she was scared shitless of me. Another dogfight, this time nose to nose. The whole time I never spoke. The whole time I never got up from the wheelchair. But from here on, Mama and I were speaking different languages. I'm waiting for us to find out that she went to the hospital. Remember how she claims that she went to the hospital that day and told the hospital staff that something happened in a Walmart parking lot? She doesn't mention that here. She doesn't mention that here at all. That's suspicious. Huh. What was that? Remember Dana Carvey in Saturday Night Live? That's peculiar. What was his tagline he used to say? He was a church lady. But so okay, Corinne is asking Holly Jolly to behave. Guys, we can't be talking PANPAINPILLS. If you want to do that stuff, do it on the side. Isn't that special? That's correct. Thank you, DGAF podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I know she supposedly said, "Gypsy, don't hurt me." Guys, so tomorrow we start on chapter 10, and guess what? We meet Nick. We meet Nick on the ChristianDatingForFree.com site. So, yeah, so at 2 o'clock tomorrow, we're going to meet Nick. Guys, seriously, she did mention the BBGUN, right? And saying that she didn't even realize that it was a BB one and that she went to the hospital that day. They went to the hospital that day, right? And they came up with that farce about something happening at Walmart. It's not mentioned here. It's not mentioned here, though. Yep. Would the police be contacted if they went to the hospital? Yes, that's why they came up with that story. What do you want to ask me, Holly Jolly? Of course you can ask a question. That's right, 1980 millennial, you said it. I'm telling you what she said before that she didn't know. Toddy, we may have a secret crush on in our midst. Are you single? How do we have a secret crush in the chat? It ain't too secret in the chat. I'm telling you, that's why she went. Any shot in California. This would have been in Missouri, but still, she said that Chips Ahoy. I'm serious. Like she did. She said that. Are you guys really asking me if I'm single? No, I have 2 kids here. What are you kidding me? Look, I got 2 kids. I got Danny looking at me here. Are you serious? What breeds are? Oh, guys, thank you so much. No, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hang on. Thank you so much. Am I the fur babies? So I have Danny and Milo. Gorgeous and gorgeous. That's who I have. Guys, so we're going to meet here tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're going to read chapter 10 and 11, I believe. I believe in the best of both worlds. Mix them old and new. Guys, I'm going to try to get the bracelets out on Thursday because I got some Christmas gifts that I got to send in the mail. And so I'm hoping I'll get them out tomorrow. Ooh, chapter 11's the movie theater. That's when they get down and dirty. And she tells Nick, "You're taking my virginity." Because she gets to be a virgin twice in her life because she's Gyps Ahoy and she's so special. All right, so there's quite a few pages for tomorrow, guys. So how about 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, same place, same channel, same time. Huh. Okay, guys, so I'm going to take care of these monkeys. Oh, puppies, sorry. And we'll see you on the next one. All right, guys. Guys, I'm getting so embarrassed. Cinema chapter is gross. I'll try to read it with as much funniness as possible, with as much humor as possible. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Go and eat with your fur babies and have a fab day. Thank you. Thank you so much. I need to go to sleep. I got to go to work tonight. I'm starting to get a headache right here. All right, guys. So I'll see you tomorrow. And I appreciate everybody, guys. Please know that. Please know that. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you so much, guys. Yeah, please. All right, guys. See you tomorrow. And I hope to have a video out for you before you wake up in the morning. That's always my plan. Sometimes things happen and I can't get that video out, but my plan is always to have a video out for you in the morning at least once. Oh, I'll stop. No, thanks you. I'll stop reading just like I did yesterday. If there's something I won't read, I will tell you guys. You guys know, right? Right? Knitting artesian buy in Germany. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good day in Germany. Have a good day. It's a beautiful country there. Very green grass. I remember because I was in Austria. All right, guys, thanks. We'll see you on the next one. Guys, thank you for the money that you gave me and everything. Check out these other content creators. They're kicking ass, and they put their links in the chat here. So please check them out because they have something to offer, guys. And everybody that's a content creator, just so you know, all started out with just a few channels, a few subscribers. I had 22 a little over a year ago, remember? So thank you guys. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. Now I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Bye bye bye. Bye bye bye. Did she want to say Backstreet Boys? Bye bye bye. Is that Backstreet Boys or is that In Sync? Or is that 1D? Bye bye bye. Bye bye bye. All right, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you very much.